I know. Surprise. I'm using a face cam today. I'm using one. Now listen here. You are allowed to ask for feet pics. But today we're going to be watching... I don't know what this is. I don't. But we're going to watch it. Because... I don't know. I like mystery videos. This is going to be a short one. Tell me if you guys want more of these, because I will make more, and I love watching these. And like horror videos, I fucking love those. But we're going to watch this, and I don't know how this is going to go. But yeah. And regarding my stuffy nose. Okay.
America's national parks are places of immense natural beauty, offering an endless array of breathtaking views. Among the stunning desert landscapes and deep valleys, granite cliffs, and extensive woodlands, visitors can escape the hustle and bustle of everyday life. But what if that relaxing excursion in the great outdoors were suddenly to take a strange and mysterious turn? Despite their tranquil appeal, national parks have been home to some pretty strange goings-on. From disturbing disappearances to the potentially paranormal, today we take
I was right, ghost penis!
spine-chilling real-life national park mysteries.
Wait, you say 5? Oh, 3. I'm a fucking idiot.
The Devil's Den disappearance.
Ooh.
Devil's Den State Park, despite its name, is a picturesque nature preserve in northwest Arkansas's Ozark Mountains. As beautiful as this rocky wilderness may be, it was also the site of one of America's strangest national park happenings.
Water?
A disappearance that was baffling, if not altogether disturbing. In the summer of 1946, 8-year-old...
Wait, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. What the fuck? This is already fucking weird. Why... First of all, this was taken on probably like the oldest fucking camera in the world. Which it probably was. It's 1946. But, what the fuck is that in his hand? What is that? That is some fucking, like, weird ass fucking, like, voodoo shit. I don't like that. Why is he naked? Or not naked, but, like, you know, in his undies. I mean, I don't blame him. Sometimes it gets hot as hell in the summer. Fucking hot.
Old Catherine Van Alst was staying in a cabin with her family in Devil's Den State Park, deep in the Arkansas wilderness.
Why would you stay?
It was her first holiday, and the family were celebrating her parents' 25th wedding anniversary. News reports from the time of the disappearance state that the child had got lost when returning to the family cabin from a nearby creek.
Oh wait, it looks like two people. Like here's a guy giving his hand out to the kid, which might be the kid's arm, and this looks like a pistol, but it looks like a lady.
The family quickly realized Catherine had disappeared, and a search party, led by Catherine's father, was immediately assembled. After 3 days of searching, the local sheriff ordered Catherine's father to leave the party to rest. By now, everyone feared that she'd be dead. 3 days lost and alone in the wilderness would have taken a huge physical toll on most people, let alone a vulnerable young girl. On the 6th day of the search, Catherine was found. Despite the family's relief, Catherine's discovery was where the mystery really began. The girl had been discovered in a cave some 30 miles from her family's camp, on ground 600 feet higher than their cabin, begging the question, how did an 8-year-old girl travel 30 miles in 6 days without food, water, or appropriate clothing? One of the members of the search party, University of Arkansas student Porter Chadwick, explained that when Catherine was found, she uttered the words, "Here I am," calmly, in response to one of the rescuers' shouts. Catherine reportedly walked out of the cave without expression upon discovery, wearing nothing but a swimsuit. She had no markings on her to suggest she had been harmed, and was thankful for being rescued. She later recounted that she had spent the first night simply laying in the grass before sleeping in caves, eating wild berries, and drinking water from pools. To this day, we don't know exactly what happened to Catherine Van Alst, or how she managed to travel so far. Devil's Den State Park may be an area of outstanding natural beauty.
What
but
if
the
she
events that
died,
occurred over
and
those
that's
6
like
days
a
in
cave
1946
that
were
has
anything but
traveled
natural.
through hell, and she's a demon back from hell.
The Death
Oh,
Valley
but-
Germans.
Death
Covering
Valley, what?
3,000 scorching hot miles, Death Valley National Park is situated in the northern part of the Mojave Desert on the California-Nevada border. For
Blue
one
Mountains.
unfortunate group of German tourists, Death Valley was to live up
Cousin
to its
Germany.
sinister name.
Right?
On July 8, 1996, German architect Egbert Rimkus, his girlfriend
Egbert.
Cornelia Meyer, Egbert's son, Georg Weber, 11, and Meyer's son Max,
Vader, like
4,
Darth Vader?
travelled to Las Vegas.
No.
The group had rented a standard passenger minivan for the holiday. They spent 2 weeks exactly at their Vegas hotel before checking out on July 22nd.
What is that?
They were due to fly home to Dresden in Germany on July 27th, but never boarded the flight. On October 21st, a car was found off-road, abandoned in the searing heat of Death Valley. Questions were immediately raised as to why it was there and who it belonged to. When license plate
obviously
checks were
belonged to
run,
the
it
people
was
who are
discovered
missing.
that the vehicle, a green Plymouth Voyager, was the car
headset.
leased to Egbert Rinkus and his party. Evidence later indicated that they were heading towards Yosemite National Park, California, but somewhere in between Vegas and Yosemite, things had gone very, very wrong. It is believed that the group had tried to follow a shorter route to Yosemite, thought to have been taken from a guidebook bought at the Furnace Creek Visitor Center.
What?
This was the last place
Why?
that the
Why would
Death
you do
Valley
that?
Germans, as they were later labelled, were seen alive.
Why would you
After
do that?
leaving Furnace Creek, they travelled to various tourist sites. The group signed a logbook at an abandoned mining town, Warm Springs, writing, "We are going over the pass." This pass is believed to be Mengel Pass, a notoriously treacherous route. Investigators believe that the group, after realising it was impassable, then tried to make their way back down the pass.
Oh.
This
Yeah,
route
I
led
guess
them down
had a
Anvil
heat
Canyon,
stroke.
which was equally unsafe. The Germans are thought to have met their fate whilst hiking towards the nearby China Lake Naval Base, after becoming hopelessly lost and trying to find help. The group would never make it there. In 2009, Egbert Rimkus's remains were found 8 miles from the spot where the vehicle was found.
Oh.
A woman's bones, believed to be the remains of Cornelia Meyer, were found nearby. The children's bodies have never been found. The discovery of the
shit.
bones all but closed a case that lingered unanswered for 13 years. Yet the question as to
my
why the group
God,
wasn't found
13
sooner
years?
remains very much open. After
That's how
all,
long
the
they were
search
missing?
operation
And the
was
kids are
thorough and
still
authorities
missing
were
till this
initially
day, right?
hopeful they would be found. So, was there some foul play involved along the line?
Oh,
What were they
you know
doing in
there's
such an
foul play,
isolated
baby.
area? It
Bigfoot
didn't
came
seem
out with
right
this
that the
huge
group had
dick.
become so lost. Had they stumbled across something that they weren't supposed to see? Or did
Aliens.
something stumble across them?
Aliens.
Even
It's
now,
fucking
we simply
aliens.
cannot rule out more chilling or sinister
Joe
reasons than
Biden's
heat
a
exhaustion
lizard.
as to why the Death Valley Germans vanished without a trace.
They obviously vanished for a reason.
The Smoky Mountains disappearance. Father's Day weekend 1969 will never be forgotten by the Martin family. Sadly not for happy reasons. On the 14th of June that year, Dennis Martin and his grandfather, father, and younger brother headed
handle
to the
this
Great
fucking
Smoky
headset, bro.
Mountains National Park for their annual family camp, accompanied by family friends with their 2 young boys.
Uh-huh.
Dennis, a shy boy, mentally about a year
Dennis.
behind his peers, was known
Pull
to
upstairs,
respond to
bro.
any call of his name, even from strangers. That day, the group had hiked to Spence Field near the Appalachian Trail in the park, planning to camp there overnight. The 4 boys began playing a game of hide-and-seek in the overgrowth,
Why would you
planning
play-
to
what?
surprise the adults. Minutes later, 3 of the 4
Surprise,
boys jumped
we're
out of the
missing.
trees, but Dennis was nowhere to be seen. After waiting for a few minutes to see if he would appear, Dennis's father William began to worry, and split the group up to search for his son. The time was around 4:30 in the
The longest game of hide and seek. He's the champion right here. And Frank's got nothing on him.
afternoon. Dennis's grandfather Clyde reached the park's ranger station at around 8:30 p.m. Upon his arrival, rain began to lash down, making the search more difficult. Trails were washed away, and with temperatures dropping to around 10 degrees Celsius, the odds of finding Dennis were getting lower and lower. In the days that followed,
Fucking
the
kid.
search party
A
grew
little
to
girl
nearly
literally
1,400
survived
members.
and walked.
So
what
many
is it,
people
30,
looking for
60
Dennis
miles?
led to clues being
That's
obscured
wild.
and a general lack of organization within the group. The US Army Special Forces, the Green Berets, even joined the search. to no avail. Despite worsening weather conditions over the next few days, footprints were eventually discovered by a nearby stream. Authorities attributed them to Boy Scouts camping in the area, but retired park ranger Dwight McCarter believes that the prints likely belonged to Martin. The search officially ended in September 1969, with Dennis presumed dead, most likely after getting lost and perishing in the awful conditions on the night of his disappearance. However, Dennis's father was convinced that his son had been abducted. After all, the campsite wasn't far from a track that Dennis could easily have been driven away on. This theory was backed up by the Key family, who had been camping in the vicinity at the time of the disappearance. A few days after Dennis went missing, the Key family reported having heard an enormous sickening scream, before seeing a hairy man walking stealthily through the woods near where the scream had come from. There are discrepancies in their account of the Key's story, but some say that the man had something bright red slung over his shoulder. Disturbingly, Dennis was wearing a red t-shirt the day he went missing. Alas, the area was never searched.
Telling you, man, Bigfoot.
In 1985, an illegal ginseng hunter came forward saying that he'd discovered remains about 3 miles from Spence Field, which he believed to be those of a young boy. However, fearing prosecution for his illegal hunting, he had kept the discovery to himself for years. This time, the area was searched, but the bones were long gone, likely scattered by animals. Theories abound as to what really happened to Dennis Martin. Did he simply get lost and perish in harsh conditions, dying from natural causes, starvation, or even animal attack? Or did something much more sinister happen to the little boy? Either way, the unsolved mystery of Dennis Martin means we may never find out how an innocent child cruelly disappeared that weekend in 1969 in Great Smoky Mountains National Park.
1969, Jesus. He's definitely not alive now, I can tell you that much. Or he's alive.
So, there we have 3 chilling national park mysteries. Despite all the loose ends presented in these creepy cases, we can be certain of one thing. Deep in these vast, beautiful expanses, humans are vulnerable. To the elements, to fellow man, and perhaps even to things not so human.
Fuck with me.
But what do you make of these cases? Be sure to let us know your thoughts in the comment section below and help us by growing this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.
Fuck you. Hey, no self-sponsorship on my shit. Besides, I'm gonna fucking at you in the video. But yeah. Those are pretty cool. I bet you it was probably a bear in the last one. Because bears can walk on their hind legs. A lot of people don't know that. That bears can walk on their 2 legs, like humans can a lot. Not for long distances, but they can. And sometimes, well, it doesn't explain the dragging over the shoulder, but he could have had the kid on his back blade, and then got up and walked on his legs and started walking like this. He was like, I brought dinner home, honey. Oh, we don't have to take big bear shits in the woods and wipe them on our ass. We can wipe it on his clothes, or something like that, because they don't have Charmin Ultra Strong, or whatever. Yeah. That was pretty good. Tell me if you guys wanted more of this. These were really short. I kind of want to do longer ones. I think I'm going to do more in the future of like longer ones. Not like I'll stream hour ones on Twitch, which means follow me. But I'm not going to. I'll probably do like 30 to 45 minutes, but not like hour to 2 hours video. I'll probably just stream those. But yeah. Hope you guys liked it, and subscribe to me, big fucking